praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who were well. And salutation and much love to y'all. Give them out there pushing out this word into the series. Shalom as well to the men, women, and children learning the truth and sincerity. All right, believing in Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. All right, and brothers from Great Millstone, Tampa, back with another lesson. Lord's will is edifying. We're just going to go in the spirit. Any brother got a particular topic they want to go into? If not, I got something. But if you brothers got something y'all want to go into,
Yeah, I had an article,
okay.
basically concerning the inflation. Yahoo News, basically inflation. Shoppers are feeling inflation. You know, basically the downfall of this country, and then also too, they getting rid of free lunches.
Yeah.
No more reduced lunch.
Yeah, no
free
more
lunch.
40-cent lunches.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, Jake,
Peanut butter sandwiches is out the door.
Jake used to live off of that. You know, a lot of kids. They be expecting that meal.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Especially Jake. You know, not eating at home. And you go to school, you have free lunch.
Yeah, free breakfast.
Yeah, free
and
breakfast.
lunch.
Yeah. So they cutting that out. But real quick, this from Yahoo News.
Which real quick, that's just training Jake to get into the prison system. If you think about it. Go ahead.
Inflation, grocery prices are hitting everyone hard, and shoppers aren't happy. Okay. It says Los Angeles, the rising cost of food has forced Rick Romero to change his shopping habits. Between the cost of food, the cost of fuel, it's hitting everyone hard. And then you go into that the cost of fuel, petroleum. If you just look up petroleum-based merchandise or items,
Products.
products, you know,
It's everything.
it's in everything, especially your medicine. All right, once the Rockefellers was hijacked the medical system, they made all the medicines petroleum-based.
Synthetics.
Yep.
They call it petroleum jelly.
Yep.
And every plastics, which look everything. How many things around your house is made of plastic? That was petroleum based.
So just by default, the price of gas going up, everything that damn near everything you have is petroleum based, or consists of petroleum. Okay, so between food costs and the cost of fuel, it's hitting everyone hard. Okay, and this is the Lord, all right, bringing this place to his knees. Okay, it says, and we're not getting any compensation at work to try to balance it out. Exactly, the wages still the same.
This is the wage is stagnant, but the prices are going up, man. So this is gonna discomfort people. A lot of people are gonna just quit their jobs because it's not equitable, so to say. They're not making money. They're losing money by going to work. So they're gonna try to get a hustle, or while you can anyway. They're gonna try to find alternative ways to make money instead of just going to work and getting your taxes removed. People are getting disgruntled with America, man. They taking money out of your paycheck when you don't see none of the benefits from that. They supposed to be building the streets and doing this and that and feeding the schools, but niggas getting shot up in schools. So people not seeing no purpose of paying taxes, man.
Hey, and to speak on that school thing, Spirit, I just saw an article too, how saying that we basically, they talked to the teacher community, and they said that it's a mass exodus of they said prepare for a mass exodus. The teachers,
Yeah.
They prepare for that because they about to split it.
The same thing with the healthcare industry. A lot of nurses, doctors, a lot of them have, ER, people that work in hospitals, they've quit because they were overused and they never got no raises. They were overused and criticized. A lot of them quit, man. Now there's a shortage. So you wondering why you waiting? You got a broken, your bone sticking out your arm. You waiting you wondering why you waiting 4 hours to get into a room finally. It's because there's nobody there. Ain't nobody there to serve you shit or take care of you. Because people wait, you abused them, you overworked them. They even say themselves, oh, I work 18-hour days, 4 days a week. They quitting, man.
And then you got these, like the brother was just mentioning about the people, their kids not going to school. You got these the upper class Edomites that are pulling their kids and rather homeschooling them than to leave them in the private schools, and rather than paying the private schools, because the private school shit's getting too expensive
Tuition.
because the rising costs of everything else. So they and they definitely ain't gonna let them go to private public school where they're gonna get defiled
Right.
amongst Jake. So they're like, we rather. So you already know things are bad for these people. But real quick, I got 2 quick precepts on the whole situation. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So the curses that happened unto our people is now, the Lord said would happen unto our people, unto our enemies. Okay, so this is one of these curses. This is Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
So how much more now? And that was before.
Right.
Now you just sowing. You go to work you got a 9 to 5, man. You not making nothing. Because what with the inflation.
Yeah.
Okay. And that see people not realizing they just telling you, oh, it's gas and food. But what about your energy, your water bill? You ain't noticed that going up over the last couple months?
Right.
So what about next month? Wait till your next month bill comes in, and you're gonna notice, oh shit, I use less water, but I'm paying more.
Some products take multiple resources to make. So those individual resources going up in cost is raising that cost of that finished product.
Yeah, hey, beautiful you said that, because people are talking about the housing market is gonna get better. Well, if you look up the components that consist
the wood.
exactly, lumber
Nails.
ain't went down. Shingles are like 3 times as much as they used
Nails.
to be. Nail, all that stuff. So the price of the houses ain't going down no time soon, because the components that make up the house, like you're speaking about, those are at record highs. So that's it.
Yeah, there ain't no way you go to a plot of land and say, I want a house built here.
Right. And
Unless you're a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? And even then, shit.
And what'll happen is with these contractors, that have multiple groups of teams that work. Basically, it's price. They're having to cut down on those groups because not only are they having a fuel card for that van to go pick up all these guys in the morning and then drop them off at night, but also materials going up. So you're having to use less groups to try to keep up with demand, so houses ain't really being built like that. So that's raising up the cost of houses as well. Going into the whole thing of the calculation of input, everything that's added together.
Yeah, and the ones that have already started, like around here, this shit's been booming. But most of that shit's not even gonna get finished because they're gonna run out of money. But what the investors that invested, they already got their money. So now it's up to the contractors to figure it out. They're just gonna, hey, look, we ran out of money. Hey, hey, don't come to the job site no more. No more wood's coming, no more nails are coming. So how can they finish the job site?
And I remember when I worked at that construction company that I worked at, when Trump put those tariffs on metals from China, they were already hurting them because the majority of the nails that they got either came from China or from India. And so any tariffs coming from overseas was getting, because Trump was basically trying to encourage.
Bring the jobs back.
Yeah, brings jobs back to here in America. So they were a lot of these construction groups were already paying more then. And that was back in like 2016, 2017.
Like that, yeah.
So imagine even now, where prices and fuel costs are going up.
It takes fuel to move them nails.
Exactly. Let me finish this off. It says, back in Haggai 1:6, it says, but ye have not enough, ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. And that's what's happening now. Now these people, now our enemies, those that came up against us, those scoffers, okay, these Edomites as well. Now they living paycheck to paycheck. Now they starting to see like, damn, I gotta actually start to budget something because
they're in a deficit.
I don't got funny money or play money with it. No more. That budget's gone down.
Surplus is over. And think about it. It said that you put it in a bag of holes. That's when things were okay or the shit was cheap. People were still trying to figure. But now you don't even have a bag. You just got, you know how you hold, where you zip the bag up with the yarn. That's all you got now. There's no bag. You just got the top of the bag, and that's it. No hole. All you got is the top of the bag. You know what I'm saying? So this place is finished, man. You just making money. A lot of people can't even sustain themselves right now, man. People are trying to figure out, oh shit, I don't have to be late on this. Maybe I can pay $500 of rent and then spend the rest on groceries and gas. Oh damn, what about the water bill, the electricity? If you don't live in an apartment complex where that's included, so people is hurting right now, man. It's gonna come real soon where people are gonna have to fend for their lives. Go ahead though. Yeah, more on that?
No, that was it on that one. Where's the one in Baruch where it talks about basically the same thing?
Baruch?
Is it either chapter 2 or verse 3? So yeah, subject to payments. That's the one.
We're yet to see that captivity.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get it.
Oh, here it is. I got it. Yeah, Baruch chapter 3, verse 8, it says, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and
right,
a curse.
real quick, in captivity, what is slavery? Slavery, all right, what? Because, we'll go back to when niggas was getting whipped, right, and in cotton fields. They didn't have to pay bills, but they had a cottage, they had bathrooms, they had their own little house, right? They had to work for that. So what are you doing today? You're working to pay those same bills. So it's the same shit. Now they're just giving you money so you can pay for what they was giving you in slavery. So you're still in slavery. Really think about that. In slavery, you had to go out there in the cotton field, get whooped, and then go back to a little cottage away from the master. And then but you didn't have to pay for it. Now you have to pay for it, and it's the same shit. You have to pay for what they're giving you.
He still had to make sure he had that expense calculated into everything that he was making.
Right.
Like, I gotta make sure I feed these niggas.
Yeah, and it's the same shit though. It's really the same thing because you're still working for your housing, a roof over your head. Because back then, let a slave stop working. Guess what? They would send him off. They would sell him, kill him. And what happens now if you don't go to work? You're not gonna have a house. Same thing in slavery. If you didn't work, it wasn't payment. They wasn't handing you a paycheck at the end of the week. They would just allow you to go back to your little cottage, your little outhouses, the slave quarters. It's the same shit. You gotta work to get paid, but what? You turning that money right back to the slave master to pay for your shit, your house, your car. So are you really free? Are you really independent? As the brothers going into? You're not free, man. This is still slavery. You giving the money right back to the nigga that gave it to you.
It says, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord of our power. Now, the scriptures talk about that they should complain of an ungodly father or unrighteous father, man. Then that's these Edomites. Because now they're catching the hell. Now they're catching the curses upon them. So they're complaining about they ain't complaining until they come across the prophets. When the prophets reveal unto them, like, this is why you're going through this shit, because of the deeds of your fathers. But Isaiah 14:21 says, prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their fathers, man. So these people are the people of these times, primarily Esau, Edom, they're being prepared for slaughter because of the iniquity of their fathers. That's why they're going through the things they're going through. Because the Lord is preparing them to cause sedition, to kill one another, to eventually starve to death, and to at the end of the all be all, destroy one another with the missiles, man. Okay.
I got something. Unless you want to get in the article. You want to okay. It's Ezekiel 4, and I read 16 and 17. Ezekiel 4, verse 16, it says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care. All right? So going to the curses, things reversing, Esau's a white man, the typical, white picket fence, two-story house, Edomite, they never had to deal with eating with care.
Abundance lifestyle.
Exactly. Have stuff stocked up, throwing food that they didn't even finish, whole cabinet full of stuff they didn't touch, box of not even open yet, I'll read again, Ezekiel 4.
It's a lot. That's why a lot of the people are going to transition over to that chip, okay, to the Karagman, because they're going to want to continue that lifestyle, especially Jake. Jake that's gotten a taste of that lifestyle, like, man, I could be like a white man. I could live like that. I can have this lifestyle of abundance where I can. If you a man, you can have an abundance of men, or it's like, well, that too. But you can have an abundance of women, an abundance of money. Okay, and the women the same thing, an abundance of men and women, and abundance of money. These Israelite people, they stuck on that mindset to where they're gonna want to fold over so easily to receiving that charagma to continue that lifestyle. While meanwhile, these Edomites are fighting to keep what they have, because they know that the things that are happening right now, this is not how they should be for them, because like America was built for the Edomite man, the Edomite household. It wasn't built for you Jakes. You Jakes were the ones that were meant to just build it up, and then along the ways they just, going along with the plans, inclusion came in, But America, the way it was built, was for the white man. So now Esau, he's seeing the things that are happening onto him. He's like, this ain't supposed to be happening onto me. They're gonna start killing Jakes, and they're gonna revolt. You got it up.
Read it again.
It's like, yeah, because it said they shall eat their bread with care. So they got, baby, we can't eat all of this today. We gotta ration this off. We're gonna eat a quarter of it today. We gotta split that in quarters for the kids and the FIFO. We can't even get dog food for them. So
you got one saltine cracker breaking into fours. Like, here you go.
Snack time.
This is all for today.
He motherfucker, man, call Allah about shine, man, because you people, man, y'all getting ready to go through some strange things, man.
I'm gonna see what the world's been living with.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You Americans, man.
Yeah, man, hey, we Jakes here, man, we've been through those summers and days, man, when we
crackers with butter.
Yeah, crackers with butter.
Hot dog buns with butter.
Hot dog buns with
no hot dog, just buns with butter.
Eating a hot dog with sandwich bread, man. We've been through those fucking
Drinking
days.
from the water hole.
Yeah, man. We've been through that shit. Now it's time for you fucking niggas to go through this shit. The real niggas of the earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Edomites. Fucking devils, man. Go ahead, it's like
eating hot dogs with no hot dog.
Real quick.
Make them homemade pizzas and
Yeah,
shit.
pizzas. Yeah.
Little ass things in the easy bake oven and shit. Parents at work, because they gotta pay the rent. It's nothing but the kids at home trying to feed themselves and then not burn the house down at the same time. God damn, man. Go ahead.
Wait, Matthew 11:23. And thou Capernaum, city of comfort, we liken it unto Babylon the Great right now, aka America. And thou Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, because this place was exalted unto heaven, with all his luxuries, all the comfort and all the things you just had so readily accessible. I guarantee you order some Uber Eats now, man. Okay, you gonna be budgeting the whole week. Like, I already done spent this much. So now you making certain calculations and you, like you say, eating your bread with care. Now hey, take your foot off the gas a little bit, on all that money spending. Now you budgeting, okay? And thou Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, heaven meaning that.
Capernaum,
Yes, that's it, Capernaum. That estate, man, that peaceful, that good state where you ain't had no worries.
Can I get a quick precept to back that up?
You got it.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 11. And this is talking about the Medes, the Lord turning them back to think an evil thought. This is verse 11. And thou shalt say, I will go to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. So that's that city of comfort. So that's that same place, the place that they're dwelling in
without
peace.
care.
Yeah, without care.
What verse was that?
23 Matthew.
Let me get the word there. Go ahead, no, you got it.
That was the point. Just back that point up.
Yeah, let me get the word there for Capernaum real quick. Matthew 11:23. Capernaum, the word there for Capernaum in the blue letter is I'm not gonna pronounce that.
Strong's G,
Capernaum.
2584,
Capernaum. Village of comfort. A flourishing city of Galilee, situated on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee, or Lake of Gennesaret, near the place where the Jordan flows into the lake.
It's looking good.
Yeah, it was a nice place, you know,
The lake.
comfort, you know, and again, this is Galilee, where Yahushua was from, you know, he's from Nazareth, it was part of Galilee, you know, but it was a flourishing city, you know, village of comfort, and then you go to the Hebrew, the village, Kapar, and then there's two words there for the root Kapar, and then the other one is comfort, Nahum, Nahum, Nahawam, oh no, yeah, Nahawam, yep, Nahawam, and comfort, you know, so city of comfort.
Just like
Or village of comfort.
my young brought up the Deuteronomy 30:7. All right, like brother said, it was concerning a city in Israel, concerning our people at the time. But Deuteronomy 30:7, it says, "These curses shall come upon thy enemies." Okay, just like Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for the children. All right, that was concerning Israel. All right, Amos 9:8, the eyes of the Lord God upon a sinful king, that was concerning Israel. Now all these proverbs that was against us is now against. It passed on exactly to Esau, Edom. So this is concerning you, because our people damn sure ain't no place of comfort. You know, so yeah, this, you know, we ain't had no rest here, so we know this scriptures ain't concerning us. Okay.
But then that's the shit Jay think they're in comfort,
yeah, exactly.
You know, because they're in Babylon, you know, the careless city, or you know where they dwell carelessly. But it's all a facade. They're really miserable. You know, they might they have to pump themselves up to think they're living good, man. Yeah. Look in the mirror, you know, Jay, look in the mirror. But really, you're miserable, man. At the end of the night, you're broke. Wondering how to, especially in these times, wondering how you're gonna get to work tomorrow. You going out to the club, you're an idiot. You know, Jay Jay go out and floss and shit, you know, show out. Jay end up, you know, get too lit, end up blowing $300-400, and now you wake up in the morning, oh fuck. I don't know how I'm gonna get through the week.
Text his mom for some bread.
Yeah, exactly. Just going to Adam Scott. Come on, man, this place is through.
It says, "Thou Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, this place was highly exalted." America, the place to be. All right, now you got Edomites fleeing Cali, going into Mexico. Okay, trying to because over there in California it's so bad. You know, the prices of everything. They fleeing into Mexico now.
$80 a gallon for gas and whatnot. They even show you that in the movie Day After Tomorrow, where people were trying to leave America, go into Mexico, and Mexico started shutting down their borders. That's gonna happen soon. Y'all actually gonna be stuck here in America, man. If you want to get out now.
Yeah.
Because you ain't gonna be able to leave soon.
Yeah, and them Edomites gonna get torn apart down there.
Oh, the Sicaris, the mafia down there, they're gonna rip you to pieces. You fought so much to keep them out, well then now they're gonna do the same to you.
It says, "Which are exalted to heaven, thou shalt be brought down to hell." And that's what's happening. This great city, America, is being brought down to hell, meaning that condition.
Grieve.
Yeah, affliction. You know, it says, "For if the mighty works which have been done in thee have been done in Sodom, it will remain until this day." And you know, it's pretty much talking about the miracles and stuff that was done in that city at the time. But you know, all things are written for our learning. Okay, this place is being brought down to hell. It was at this comfortability. All right, the comfortability is being took right from underneath their nose. Okay, prices, everything going high, and that's it. It's only down from here, man. The Lord said, "Thou shalt be brought down to hell." So it's only down from here. You know, expect for things to get worse. You know?
I'll read it again. From the top, Ezekiel 4, verse 16. Ezekiel 4, verse 16, it says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care. And they shall drink water by measure and be with astonishment." So like it says in Revelation 6 chapter, going into that black horse, you know, hey man, was a measure of wheat for a penny, 3 measures of barley for a penny. So everything is, you know, you're thinking about it now. You know, you're having to have a conscious decision when you're doing your everyday things you took for granted. You know, like filling up your car, getting some food. You know, well, that's why it goes into these shortages, the famines. as we're in that time period. And what's after the black horse is the pale horse. The Revelation 12 and 12, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, all that comes. So we're really close to this thing popping loose. So I'll finish this last precept. Ezekiel 4 verse 17, it says that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. So this is the punishment, that the Lord is bringing upon this world, for the comfort, again, ultimately going into iniquity. Revelation 18 chapter says, send to the place and reach up onto heaven. This godless world, you got transformers, transmissions, and all this stuff going on, and people shaking their head like, why is this happening? Because this world is evil, So this is the recompense of their fruit, the fruit that they're doing, It's going to get worse from this place. That's why we laugh, because we see that day's coming, man,
He says, I buy the same items pretty much every week, and it's gone up $70 or so a week now. And that's just on food. That's not considering gas price and everything. So you people are looking at now like $200, $300 increase on your necessities, and who can compensate for that? Extra $200-300 gone. That was the extra $200-300. That's what you used to go out to drink.
Weekend.
Yeah, weekend, go out and go and do
Fun day funds.
That extra money, something happened. You had a little $200-300 to take care of it or whatever the case may be. Now it's being eaten up.
Yeah, they used to put those shits on their credit cards, but now they're having to use their credit cards for food and gas. So, hey, the Lord is taking the mirth from this place, little by little. The Lord is taking the fun out of fun land. It's just gonna be a land until it ain't no land. It's gonna be laid desolate. Real quick, something that Brother Kanakala said earlier. This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So coming down and sitting down in the dust is that confusion. And that's what's happening, especially in the households of these Edomites. Like, wait a minute, we ain't supposed to be going through this. What's going on? And they're confused as to exactly what's going on. And real quick, the best place to go to take into account inflation is the dollar store. Because if you go to Dollar Tree or Dollar General, shit should be $1. So if you see $1.36 or they've been saying $1.25, that's the percentage of inflation that's going on in the country. So these Edomites, you're going to start to see here soon. If it hasn't already been seen, more and more of these higher up, upper class Edomites shopping at Dollar Tree and Dollar General.
Yeah.
Where Jake used to be. You remember the couple years back, brothers were putting out orders, brothers need to start shopping at had a whole breakdown for the whole week. You spend less than like $20 for the whole week of food. You ain't gonna be able to do that now, but nonetheless, you're gonna have these Edomites doing that. Putting these YouTube videos up of go to Dollar General, get your weekly groceries, and this is how much you're gonna be spending. Brother, I remember the brother from Seattle put up a video about that, man. He went to Dollar General and bought a whole week's worth of food, lunch, breakfast. I don't know if it was dinner, but it was lunch and breakfast, throughout work week. And then he spent like $20. But now you ain't gonna be able to do that. Not even at the dollar store, man. But it ain't gonna be no more Jakes at the dollar stores. Now the dollar stores are gonna be springing up in the rich neighborhoods.
Yeah. They call them the Great Depression meals.
Right, family tree, all that.
Yeah, where you put together all kind of shit, soups and noodles and
right,
and all those things that Jake used to eat, and the beans and the weenies and them all Jake meals. Those depressions. So Jake always been in a depression, but now you Edomites, all right, you finna start getting to eating a toast with the butter and the jelly and the jelly on it. Okay, all right. That's what all that caviar and brunch and all that shit.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to be fancy and all that, man. All right, the prices of that shit is gonna be up on the up and up.
Yeah. Just the mimosas.
Yeah.
Itself. Get the orange juice. from here in Florida over to California for they can have their brunches. It ain't gonna be like that, you know.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, I got something real quick. Job, well, I got second half of 50, but to bring the point home, Job 20:21 and verse 8, their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. So that safety is getting taken from these Edomites, man. You know, that their houses are safe from fear. All right, it says their bull gendereth and faileth not, their cow calveth and casteth not her calf.
Right.
So you,
Real quick, in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, it says, "They that look out the windows be darkened." That's the countenance of these people looking out their windows, man. They fucking miserable,
Yep.
afraid, you know. And that's gonna be the state of all of America, not just Edomites, but all of America, man. You got it.
yeah, and I brought that out because that safety, you know, being safe from fear, the Lord is stripping you from that. The rod is not upon these you know, these Edomites, but now it is. Going to that Deuteronomy 30:7, you got to feel these curses, man. 2 Ezra 8 and verse 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. In Proverbs the 16th chapter say, the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, and all the proud, all right, what shall be stubble, man? Roughly paraphrasing, but this word here, misery, in the etymology, this is what's coming to 2/3 of our people, and chiefly to you devils as well, man. That's dwelling amongst Jake in the projects, you know, Jake in the hood, right? It says state of grievous affliction, condition of external unhappiness, man. And we're going to see a lot of your unhappiness externally, all right, being shown outwardly, man. That outward appearance, your outward countenance is going to be sad. You ain't no more days of, hey, you got a bright future ahead of you, man. You know, that you can't say that anymore, because the future for you Edomites is slavery, man, captivity for all the things that you've done. All right, it says misfortune and distress. All right, so a lot of distress and misfortune is coming to you people in these last days, man. That's it.
That's why it says in Psalms 33rd chapter, we're not supposed to be envious of the foolish, you know, of seeing the prosperity of the wicked, because the latter end is what you see here now. You know, people trying to live that American dream and live up and be somebody in this world. Well, guess what? Guess what's happening to the world? It's crumbling. You know, you got people that's, you know, put their whole life savings in this country. You got, you know, generations of wealth. You know, you got these people leaving this country, taking their money out the stock market because they see this place is going down the toilet. But here it is, Jake still trying to fight for crumbs and gonna get left out here. But even, you know, regular Edomites, you know, these 9 to 5, they work the same job we working at. You know, they're definitely gonna be hurt too, but they feel some type of way because they think they're superior. You know, that's why it's a shortage. That's why it's being addressed, because now, because so the white man's going through it. You know, but Jake been going through this stuff. You know?
Yeah, so they pretty much, you know, feeling the squeeze of Esau, because he was going to that Ezekiel. He said, I said that they should eat their bread with measure. You know, yeah. So when you want to read a lot of these articles, it's telling you how these people, they've been forced to skip meals, man.
So pay the bills. Skip meals to pay the bills.
Yeah, you got to skip meals to pay the bills, because hey, Esau have clamped down on this place, man. All right, so we're here in the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25, and through his policy, and get this word policy real quick, and through his policy also he should cause crop to prosper in his hand. All right, when you get that word policy in the edible line, the first thing it says is way of management. So the way that Esau is running this place, he's causing this crop to prosper, man. He's clamping down on the people through his government, through the lack of food, you know, the lack of resources out here, man. So now you've been forced to skip meals, all in order for the Lord to use Esau to push forward for his NWO. And through his policy also he should cause crop to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Because that's the only thing you people running on is your hope in America, man. You know, that peace, you know, we're about to say inflation not as bad here as it is around the world. You know, and he go check inflation, you know, get things right. And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Hey, so yeah, through his policies, you know, his government, the way he's managing this place, man, he's causing this path to prosper, ultimately, you know, pushing forward for this chip, man. All right, so many more people will be starving. Many more people will be forced to skip meals. There's only so many meals you go skip before you know, take matters into your own hand, man.
This is 2 Ezra 4:26. It says, Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away. All right, and that was back then. What more now? This world hasteth to pass away. All right, and this age, okay, this time period of this devil ruling, this is it. You know, see, as we always bring out CTD, once it's circling the drain, it goes real fast, and then bam, it drops down the drain. And that's what's happening with Esau's kingdom right now. That's why he has to come down with his great wrath. Revelation 12:12. The devil's come down unto you having great wrath. He knows that he had for a short time. So all these things are controlled. All right, all these things are being orchestrated. Just one step away from starvation. One incident away from your lights being out. Okay? That's where we're at. So it's circling the drain. So yeah, things is fastly passing away, and it's gonna move fast. Okay, they say, and these are experts, they say within the next 6 to 18 months, okay, that this, you know, basically, you know, that they said, and the dude was like even faster than that. All right, well, for the next 6 to 18 months, this place on its way out here, and they said by 2023 they want the CBDC. Of CBDC, Central Bank, yeah, CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency by 2023. They you know, they saying they want that, or saying it's going to be one. Okay, so this world hastens fast to pass away. It says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. So that's why these things are fastly passing away, because the Lord made a promise. All right, to the righteous. In time to come, the kingdom. Okay? It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. This world is full of unrighteousness. Infirmities, everybody's sick. Okay? So the Lord has to do this place a service by getting rid of, all right, this current rulership of this current world, this current age. All right, the age of Esau, Edom. Yeah. The dude that doesn't care about you, man, that just, you know, a life of continued sickness. The physician of no value. Okay? It says, but as concerning things thereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, so we in a time of this place being turned upside down. The evil being turned upside down. So that's what you got happening right now. All right, the overthrow of this society. And Esau Edom is orchestrating these things. Ultimately, Yahweh Shemel Shai, but he's orchestrating these things, and he don't know that it's to his demise. He think he's in control. Oh, I'm the one bringing down this society. I'm the one doing this. Well, you being deceived. You got an angel working on your mind to have you purposely destroy your own kingdom. And in the midst of your rise, that's why I say to erect, okay, to uplift your Tower of Babel in the spirit, your new world order, okay, in the midst of your come up, just like what happened when you was putting up that One World Trade Center. You tried to have it set up on March 14th. All right, the same, like basically line up with the year when the Illuminati was established. That's why the building's like 17,776 feet up in the air. Okay, on that day when you tried to fulfill your enterprise and put the last piece on, it was heavy wind, so you had to delay it. Okay, Elder Tahar brought that out years ago. So same thing gonna happen. That was because that's what Esau do. He thinks he's a prophet. He set up that one world building and tried to have it established at a certain time, and the heavy winds was blowing at a time that you weren't able to do it at a timely manner. So that's the Lord allowing you. So the Lord is going to allow you to overthrow this society, to bring forth your mass death, okay? Depopulation, to chip a lot of the people. But once you, as Job say, once you're about to fill your belly, he shall rain it upon you. All right? It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down. So that's your answer onto why things are happening. Because that which is sown, which is the evil, but a lot of you avoid the judgment. You don't think that this world is evil. like on that movie Glass. She was like they had a mental illness because they think that this world is evil and is wicked. So you got a mental illness. Something's wrong with you. These people reprobates, void of judgment, bro. You don't think Transformers is wicked? All right. And these evil things are happening onto you. All your wages is going to bills and payments, but you don't think that this world is wicked, man. Okay? It says, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So this has to be cast out, cast down, because the Lord made a promise, all right, to our forefathers that basically we're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. So that promise, the Lord's word, the Lord's not a man that he shall lie. So that's why this place is on its way out, because the Lord made a promise to our forefathers that we're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, the blessing that he gave unto Jacob, man. All right, that has to be fulfilled. So that it was this place had a time cap on it. Okay, because now the kingdom of heaven has to be established. So that's why you see all this stuff happening, because the evil has to be cast down that was sown. All right.
It's pretty much the transition part, like what starts in chapter says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time is set one over that's profitable. You talk about, this place being turned upside down, as you can see it as a turnover. Esau has the ball, he's on offense, but he's about to turn the ball over. He's about to be on defense. That's what you call when you have practice football, it's called a sudden change drill. Here it is, you're trying to score, Esau trying to fulfill the order, and then pretty soon you're going to start backpedaling, because why? The Lord's going to start lifting up that standard. He doesn't have to fight against the Lord in the heavens, man. World War III, all that stuff. So Esau's going to be on the back end, he's going to be on his heels, and that's going into Jacob holding them down, man. And it starts with the Lord raising up his prophets,
Yeah, and you go into boxing, the dude that's on his heels, that's always the bully, the presser. When it comes to him being on his heels, he's not comfortable with it, because he's always used to being the bully. That's what happened with Tyson Fury and Wilder. Wilder was used to being the bully, always coming forward. Everybody was scared of his power, but he had somebody that had him on the back foot, had him backing up, and you could see he couldn't fight on the back foot. So this wicked ass place, all right, America, always used to be in the hammer. That scripture say the hammer of the whole earth. All right, pushing forward. When you on the back foot, you're gonna look sloppy, man. You're gonna get exposed because you're not used to being on the back foot.
You're gonna end up on a rope.
Exactly, and that's what's happening right now. You being pushed back, the ring is being cut off, and you on the ropes, and you getting set up for the big KO punch.
And them body shots. Ooh.
That's it.
That's something.
No, go ahead.
In the book of Second Ezra, chapter 14, because you were just going into how that evil is sown, in order for us to get to the next spot. Hey, man, that evil got to be fulfilled, man, before that righteousness comes in, that's a transition. So this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 14, and I start at verse 16, get straight to the point. I'll start at verse 14. Second Ezra, chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen should be done hereafter. Hey, so the evils is only going to, multiply, increase. Hey, because this Esau, man. So in order for him, to push forward with his NWO, man, he gotta, he gotta rage. He gotta bring forth hell and calamity, famine. Ultimately, it's the Lord using him to bring it.
Hey, and is that not how Esau always established things? Hell, rage, chaos, murder, slaughter. So in order for him, like your brother said, in order for him to establish his new world order, it got to be the same way, because that's the only way Esau was able, like you use this when you want to get your point across, right? Esau trying to get his point across. Esau, that was his MO. To shed blood, cause chaos, and come down with that big hammer. So this man ain't changed his tactics. The same things get ready to happen. That's why Look, Esau has already put the policies, as scripture say, through his policies. he shall destroy many. He's already put the policies into place, all right, aka executive orders, laws. He already put them in place. He already set up conditions, all right, to basically, you know, cut the lights out. The narrative already set, extreme heat, okay? The infrastructure can't support, the electrical grid can't support the extreme heat. We got freaking terrorist attacks on all time. So Esau got everything already set, the road already paved for him to come through and act a damn fool, to go back to his pure state. Vintage, the vintage Esau, man, the sword, the sword bearer, the weapon. All right, so everything's already set. It's just that appointed time, which the Lord has, man. And the only reason why the Lord ain't done it yet is for the sake of the body, the elect. All right, that's it. But once the Lord done doing what he need to do with us, you know, building us up, building our faith up, getting us more grounded and just preparing us for that day, then the Lord see that hey, his man is set and ready. He gonna allow it to take off, man. All right, this is the Lord's program.
Verse 17, 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 17. For look how much the world should be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. All right, so and you think it's evil now, you know, with the famines, you know, cattle dropping dead, transformers everywhere. You know, they pushing this pedal stuff in schools and this drag stuff in schools, man. Hey, man, it's going to continue to get worse, man. To the point people gonna be scared to go outside, man. Everything is bad.
Well, you see how the American society has progressed. That when we were little kids, you can go out and play. Parents will tell you, take your ass outside, man. Now your parents don't even want you to go outside. So imagine if that's the spirit that the people have on them now, where they don't want to let their kids out and play because of fear of pedophilia. Imagine here coming in these next weeks when there's going to be chaos out on the streets. You don't know if somebody's going to abduct your child for ransom money to pay their bills. That's what America's coming to, man. The shit that's been happening in South America and all these other countries around the world, man, it's getting ready to come here to America, man. And the people are going to be completely terrified because they're not going to know what to do.
You got something?
Yeah.
Ezekiel 7, Ezekiel 7, and I'll read 10, 11. Ezekiel 7, verse 10. Behold, the day, behold, it is come. The morning is gone forth. The rod hath blossomed. Pride hath budded. You know, so going into, you know, what we're going into now, you know, pretty much this place had to reach up to a certain point in time in order for the Lord to start giving the yield. You know, the yield, you know, which is a flower blossoming, that's when you pick it, you know. So that's going to happen here. This place, the Lord's going to destroy this place with these missiles, you know. It says, Ezekiel 7, verse 11, it says, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness, none of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs, neither shall there be wailing for them. You know, so again, going into a point in time as that bound that was hit, you know, the max, as you go into something that's blossoming too means the highest point of prosperity. You know, so America's been past that point. You know, this place has been on a steady decline. Now it's straight 90 degrees down. You know, like you think about a stock crash, just topples down, like someone just pulled the rug on the place. You know, and that's what's happening to so-called America. You know, and it's because the Lord's doing this. You know, Esau, like Brother Bonatu thinks he's in control. That's why he's being motivated, because his motivation is new order. He wouldn't be doing this if he didn't have the evil plan. You know, it says a thief coming out but to steal and rob, if you paraphrase it. So Esau's coming because he wants something, you know, and going into again how he's going to get you is by the sword. He's weakening people and things like that because he's going to come and invade you. But again, it's going to be to your own detriment because who you got to worry about? You got to worry about your brother over there in the land of Gog and Magog. You know, they got Satan 1, Satan 2, all for you, you know. And that's why, again, these devils, they're tiptoeing because they don't want to deal with that bear over there, you know. But the bear being feet, that's it's over with, man, you know.
There's a bear that's been hibernating, now it's waking up, time to eat.
Yeah.
And that's when the bear's the hungriest, when it wakes up out of hibernation, man. You And that's the USSR coming back together, according to Ezekiel 38.
So he's still gonna kick the cat, you know? Like, he gonna,
And see what you
exactly. He's frustrated, he can't get what he wants, he's gonna turn around, he's gonna start beating people up, you know? Because he's a sore loser, that's what he is.
taking his anger out. He's taking he's thinking that he's taking his anger out on the Lord's chosen people, but he's taking it out on his own people as well. And they're the ones that are gonna be like, yo,
Suffer the most.
what?
James is used to living in poverty.
Right. Hey, just like the Edomite woman back in like the 50s and 60s with the whole women's rights movement, that shit started because Edomite women being so-called oppressed by their husbands. They got tired of their husbands beating the shit out of them, so they were like, yo, we want out the house. Like, we want to go out and make our own money so that we can be independent. And, you know, the nigga woman ended up coming along with it.
Which really they didn't even vote for that shit. Most women didn't want liberty.
Because they gotta work.
It was men that voted for that. Because if women couldn't vote, how the fuck they voted for rights?
Right.
You know, it was men that voted. All right, shit, we need bitches get taxed
Tired
and
of
vote.
bitches yapping at the house. Let them go to work.
Exactly. And now it's all coming back around. And then what? It started with a white woman, but who was the main, the face of it? It was a nigga woman. You know.
Yeah, quick precept, 2 Ezra 15 and verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and therefore, and their hurtful words are fulfilled. You know, so I believe not captain until like these things have to be fulfilled. It has to come to its measure. Revelation 18 chapter says the sense of this place reached the earth, and we know that this place is on its way out here by what famines, all right, wars and sedition. These are all signs that the Heavenly Father is getting ready to ultimately go before this place.
That edge is leaving this place. The reason why Esau could do what he did because the Lord was with him for a time. You know, the manifest destiny and him conquering all the nations and bringing us down. The Lord was with Esau at that point. But now, guess what? That edge is leaving. You know, that mark, you know, that the Lord left, you know, upon Cain. Now everybody's seeing it. You know, like, oh, this is the man. This is the man of sin. You know, and they're wondering what? They're not going to wage war against him. That's what they're doing right now. It's going to be inside their own country too. If people taking matters in their own hands, you got a man can't ride a bicycle. Running your country, you know.
Yeah. Help! I can't get up.
He ain't gonna do shit for you, you know.
But hey, that's the commander in chief.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
You get pulling like.
That nigga the roundhouse kicking boom, boy. That nigga's a black guy. This is what your president is, a fucking goof. A fucking clown. Well, shit, not even a clown. At least clowns can ride bikes.
Yeah,
Shit. You know? Oh no, this nigga got the helmet on and still fell. Yeah, man.
Ultimately, it's a beautiful thing what's transpiring, man, because this is what we need. Like we're going to vintage Eve, you know, it said, the scripture says, unless there be, you know, any profane person that's Esau. Hey, so we need Esau to do what he do, you know, that violent, that rage, you know, that wicked, that evil guy. We need him to do what he do in order to bring in our the transition.
Yeah.
But this is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what should be the parting asunder of the times, or when should be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? He said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Hey, so right now, Esau, Edom, you know, he's revealing who he is, man. It's only going to increase and get worse, and which ultimately, you know, Yahweh Shai gonna have to intervene, and that's gonna be his kingdom being set up. The time for Jacob, man. So it's beautiful times right now. You know, let Eve do his thing, be that evil Eve, you know, because we got next.
Exodus 7th chapter, how the Lord hardened Pharaoh. And when more Pharaoh got hardened, the Lord did more marvelous works. You know, and that's gonna be the same thing on this time. The Lord's gonna lift up his standard. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the Lord's reaction. We see Esau doing what he's doing. So that means what? The Lord gonna lift up his standard, man.
And when Pharaoh got hardened, what he did, he pursued the Israelites. You know, he pursued us. So it's just like right now, Esau is being hardened, and now what the scripture said, Revelation 12 and 12, you know, he had but a short time. Therefore, he coming out with great wrath. So his heart has been hardened. You know, the Lord has tapped into his mind, and now you see him. He's coming. He's bringing it, and it's going to increase. And that's why the time of Jacob's trouble will be here, because he go fucking lose it, man. He just go bring everything he got.
Just like he did at his workplace. and they get fired, he come and kill everybody. And look, going back to the Egypt, the example of Egypt, you know, just like America's known as modern day Egypt, the plagues are coming saying, all right, well, what? There wasn't the prophets back then. There was just Moses and Aaron. Now you got the prophets around the world. So this is gonna be, that's why it's gonna be, you know, so no longer be said that the Lord delivered them out of Egypt, because what? It was just Moses and Aaron that believed, really. They was the ones doing the miracles. Now it's gonna be a whole lot of brothers doing miracles, you know. It's gonna be a whole different scenario, a greater scenario, you know, and a greater deliverance. So, anybody got anything else? With that, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
the ones to the elder apostles, brave millstone, who were well, and salutation and much love to y'all him out there pushing out his words with sincerity. And walk love above.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.